Your community financial partner brings to you Beyond the Mortgage.
Affordable rates, affordable price, NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the Mortgage 246. You take the mortgage already, to make your pocket go empty. Beyond the Mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge, you want to purchase a city. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage. Everything nice. Beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, beyond the Mortgage, NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246, wow, 246.
Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Jael Joseph Live. It's so good to be back here with you guys. It is Wednesday, the 12th of March. Come on down, the bell has rung. Come on in, and share the live. Make sure you share the live once you hop on. Make sure you hit that share button. We got a packed show tonight. Let me tell you, we have some of the most amazing women on the show here this evening. History in the making, and you're seeing it here for the first time. You're seeing it because, we've had so many women crowned queen or winning competitions over the carnival season, and I saw it only fitting, to commemorate International Women's Day, plus, to continue with the celebrations of Carnival. Well, we're in Lent, but we're still celebrating, some of us at least. And it is so amazing that all of these women are here this evening. We have a pack. Let me tell you, we're going to just vibe. It's a good time. The competition is done, and we just vibing. We're just having a good time. We're talking about the experiences. We want to know what all the tea. We want all the tea. Yeah, we want to know what happened backstage. Joy. We want to know we want all the tea tonight. And I'm so excited to have these women here with me this evening. So come on down, guys. Share the live. Make sure you hit that share button, because we're gonna get started pretty soon. I want to say thank you very much to my sponsors. Thank you very much for the NCCU. Let me tell you, the NCCU, the National Corporate Encouragement, they don't play by Jael Joseph Live, okay? They don't play. They were on board with March, and they have their mortgage deals going on. So take advantage. NCCU is definitely one of my top financial institutions, and I really want to say thank you to them for always supporting the vibe. Thank you very much to them. I see you, Shervin. Shervin's like, I'm here. Hi, Miranda. I see you guys. Lily, thank you very much. Oh my God. So I want to say thank you very much to UNCC. I also want to say thank you very much to Astafans, Right Place, Right Price. Astafans is also a sponsor for this evening. And of course, the Discover Dominic Authority for allowing me to interview their queen. It's their queen. It's Dominica's queen. And I want to say thank you very much to them. And we have the folks joining us from the Leo Club of Dominica. I'm sure the Calypso Association is going to be hopping in at some point. Sometimes every now and again it's called Marco de Life. So I know their queen is on. So the monarch is on. So they'll be stopping in. I see a lot of folks coming in and sharing the live. Make sure you share the live. Hop on YouTube if you can. YouTube is my preferred platform for streaming my shows. I will continue to stream on all platforms, but in terms of comments and questions and that stuff, I will mostly be tapping into my YouTube following. So I want to encourage you guys, if you've not clicked on the subscribe to my YouTube channel link, you need to do so and get in on the action. You can interact, you can ask your questions, you can vibe. You can vibe with us here this evening. So, like I promised you guys, we got an amazing show. So, for the second time in history, a female has been crowned Junior Calypso Monarch, which is a huge deal because forever Calypso has been a male dominated arena. That is who's been they've been dominated. So, um, King Dice was dethroned by a woman. I don't know if he's gonna like me saying that, but that's the reality. Um, Queen Melody went and she shattered expectations and proved that young women can dominate the calypso stage, especially as even better than men. If I do say so myself. We have more wins. Of course, Moxie Shelby came back from winning Bouillon Monarch the year before to coming back and being a powerhouse in the Bouillon Monarch competition. And then Gabrielle Esprit was crowned Miss Teen Dominica, making it history for the Girl Guides, being the first contestant to win the crown and representing the Girl Guides Association of Dominica. And of course, our queen, Miss Dominica. Every young girl who dreams of wearing the Miss Dominica crown knows that the journey is not easy. It takes grace, it takes intelligence, it takes resilience. And Tanisha Balson stepped onto the stage and she claimed that title, making her the face of Miss Dominica 2025. I want to pick up my producer, Samaj. Like, Samaj is there behind the scenes and he's the one that organized all of this together. So big up to you, Samaj. And let me tell you, he's been working hard sometimes when I be sleeping, right? And I just want to say thank you very much to him at the start. Normally I leave my thank yous for the end, but I really want to say thank you to him for holding it down the last couple of days, or for just holding it down, period. Right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's bring on the ladies. We have a packed ladies cast this evening, and I have to make space for them. We're gonna squeeze up in the place, right? We're gonna feature every single one of them, and I'm so excited to bring them to you here this evening. So I want to start first with let's start with the first round. So the first rounds would have been Queen Melody and Moxie Shelby. So I want to welcome on board Queen Melody. Hi, Queen Melody. Okay, I think you're on mute. Are you on mute? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your audio is off. And flip your phone when you come back on so that you're filling up the screen nicely. So I'm gonna get you to jump back off and come back on, okay? All right. Let's take on Moxie Shervy, who is on. Hi, Moxie Shervy. You hear me? Because I ain't hearing you. You hearing me? Say something.
I
Right. Because I'm hearing your stuff moving around and I'm like, I'm not hearing you. Say something. Okay, fantastic. So you're on. We're ready to roll. How are you doing today? Okay, I'm having a hard time hearing you. I don't know if the rest of the folks can hear you. Um, but I'm having a hard time hearing you. So speak up and how are things? How are you feeling being the second time you're winning this competition? How are you feeling? All right. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. So just be mindful, guys. I know a lot of you are on your cell phones. Just be mindful. Please put your phones on do not disturb because when calls come in, they will bump off the audio. So please put your phones on do not disturb. And guys, those of you on the live, if you see them on the live, like why are you calling them for? Like what are you calling them for? Because you interrupting the flow, right? So we're moving along. We're gonna get everybody on. Let's welcome. Next, we have. Okay, I thought Gabrielle was there, but I think she just dropped off. So let us bring on Joy. Hi, Joy.
Good night, good night.
Good night. Okay, so it's not on my end. So my end is working just fine. Hi, Calypso Monarch Joy.
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am wonderful, Jael.
How do you feel?
I feel awesome, actually. I think I wake up some mornings and I'm wondering if it's real.
Mhm.
But I feel great.
That is wonderful. I mean, it's so good to see you in this grand arena. It's really. I mean, you've been doing this. I think this is like your fifth time. Your fifth time entering or fourth
Third,
time.
it's my third.
Your third. I don't know why I
Yes,
thought it was third time. Is so
it's
three.
my
Third,
third year. It's my
only
third
took you
year.
three times to
Ah, that
nail
was a
it.
lot of work, 3 times.
Oh my god. Okay, somebody's saying they're not hearing her. So some people saying they're not hearing you. Audio is bad on her end. They're not hearing you. Can you jump out and jump back in just so we can make sure all of that? Because a lot of you on your phones. So jump out, jump back in, and then we'll get things organized. Okay. All right. So Tanisha is here. Hi, Tanisha.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, guys, let me know if you can hear Tanisha. Somebody says, "Yeah, it's clear." Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm just watching the comments. People are commenting. People are so excited to have you guys on. So I'm just encouraging every single one of you to jump out and come back on. And the exclusion of Tanisha, and we can get this show started. Tanisha, like congratulations.
Thank you again.
How does it feel to have been crowned? That's a big crown. It's a beautiful crown too. I think it's the most beautiful crown I've seen so far.
It feels amazing, almost a sense of disbelief. I know I could do it, but it feels amazing to know that you have achieved your long term dream, and I am just so happy.
That is wonderful. I mean, congratulations. I know you had heavy support the last time you were on this show. People were just there in the comments and they were just really showing you love, and really excited to see you perform. You nailed the talent. I mean, your talent was amazing.
Thank
Um,
you.
and you've just been doing your thing, and you did your thing on that night. I was there and I was like, oh God, and I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's bring on the other folks. I see Joy just jumped in. Joy, you ready for me? Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Waiting for the thumbs up from Joy. All right, you ready for me? Thumbs up. All right, let's. All right, you see me clearly? You hear me? Okay.
We can.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Joy. Okay, great, great, great. Okay,
Let me
good.
just flip. Yes.
All right.
Is it too big now, but it's good?
It's fantastic. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'll
Okay.
have Samaj make sure the other guys come on okay because the others seem to have dropped off. So Gabrielle
Okay.
is there and the two others are not there. But we can get the party started. First of all, I feeling left out. So let me get my crown. Let me get my crown too. Hey, one step then. I feel left out because this is like history in the making. I gotta put on my crown too. Hey, right? Shoot.
That's
It's so
it.
good
That's
to
it.
have it's so good to have you guys on. I know we were talking like right before, we had the interruptions, technology. Um, Joy, we were talking a little bit about, the fact that on the third try you were crowned monarch. How does it feel knowing that like you won? Like you won after three tries. How do you feel about that?
Um, a sense of achievement and pride.
Mhm.
You know, um, you finally get not finally, you get recognition for that, for your talent and for the hard work, the effort. It's a big title, especially I'm the second woman I'm getting this title. I mean, it was a hard and long, journey. I mean, we say 3 years like it's not so long, but the effort in 3 years was a lot, and it took a lot of hard work and dedication. And I feel so amazing just accomplishing this. The historical significance, the empowerment and inspiration that it will definitely. It is kind of overwhelming, but
Mhm.
being the second woman, it's like a celebration. It's like a championship, to be like a role model to other women who can come in and feel they do not feel discouraged, but and unrecognized, that they have a chance for them to pursue something that they love and not feel like overwhelmed and overburdened and disappointed because it is a male dominated at form, so
Mhm.
the only thing is the expectation is a bit much. I mean, although the recognition feels validating, the pressure to live up to that kind of achievement and the expectation, it's a lot. But I'm excited about it. I'm glad. It's so far I'm enjoying it. I'm celebrating it with my family and my friends and my fans. So it's good.
I'm interested to know, why did you want to compete? Like, why did you want to do Calypso? Because I mean, we remember you. I believe it was Star Quest, right?
Request.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, from Star Quest to Calypso, like like what prompted you or propelled you to be to want to be part of the Calypso, or compete in the Calypso arena?
Well, I'll tell you something. Growing up, calypso has always been part of me. I mean, my family love calypso, and even when I won Star Quest, I won with singing Sandra's Voices from the Ghetto, and naturally, everybody thought I would have jumped directly into the Monarch competition, but I didn't. Years later, I kind of pulled back from performing up front. I usually did background studio backgrounds or just backups in the tents. So I've always been behind the scenes. But up until 3 years ago, my daughter, who is 13 now, 10 then, she's very shy and withdrawn, And we're going through kind of a rough patch, even at our home. And I wanted her, I think she got to a point where she figured, her mom kind of gave up on her dreams. So she didn't have to strive so much, that kind of thing. And her teacher, one of her teachers, I think, gave her a phone card with me on it when I won StarQuest at 16. This was in
Wow.
2004. And she couldn't marry who she saw on the card with who she knew now. I mean, apart from the fact that I'm a teddy
Wow.
bear now, um,
You're no,
but
it's pleasantly plump.
yeah, but
Okay?
to do
Pleasantly.
competition, but to do competition on that kind of level, like she couldn't marry the two. And I didn't want her to feel like I just gave up on my dreams and not give her a chance for her to pursue hers, or to feel intimidated or shy away from opportunities. And I didn't want her to be afraid. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to step into calypso. I mean, it's a challenge, and I wanted to step into it in a way that was different, that was outside of my comfort zone. So she could see me put in the work, go through the struggles, get to the failures, because I have failed. And she have looked at me, I laugh at my failures, they laugh at me. I mean, up to the week before the quarterfinals, I was on a show with Wadix. And everybody sang me a song, and I'm all excited, and I come to sing my song and I forget my words. And I was, Wadix, look, I forgot my words on your radio show. And everybody started laughing. And I came home, and my daughter is like, why do you embarrass yourself like that on the radio? But it is so amazing to have her look at that journey, to know that it's okay to fail, it's okay to fall short sometimes, but she sees the effort that I put in every day. She sees the work, she sees the practices, the little things. And that's why I actually chose to do this. And it has been a beautiful journey. And the most amazing thing, Jael, is on that night my daughter was on stage with me. Yes, and that was a win for me. Like, this crown I love, but what I received on stage that night was so much bigger, because it was just a circle, like it just a culmination of all the hard work. And to share it with the person who inspired you to do it, it was the most amazing thing ever. Sorry, guys,
But
I took a
that's such a beautiful story, right? And we're like, oh, like we cheesing, right? Like my
Yes.
cheekbones must fall off tonight. I'm gonna be cheesing. I
Yeah.
mean, you talk about being a mom and how it was so important for you to be in the competition as a mom. But being a mom, so much responsibilities already comes
Mm-hmm.
with that. Juggling home life, work life, balance. Then you're bringing competition into it. I know, like we moms, we kind of cool, and I'm talking for us because we include our children in what we do because we kind
Yes.
of understand. Hey, that's our way to spend time with them too. Is including. But I want to get a sense of like how did you feel during the like leading up to the competition, like did you feel stressed, strained, and what exactly were your challenges, coming to that, getting to that big stage on that night?
But I'll tell you what it is there. Um, I had the flu, right? I'm still recovering. But I literally sang. I could count how many times I sang because I couldn't rehearse up to the show. I did very few performances, very few rehearsals, and I mentally had to rehearse because I couldn't do it, like I couldn't sing so much. And that was my challenge. I'll tell you what it is. Competition is so much more than just the physical, eh? It is, I always tell people it's a mental preparation. And I at one point I started to panic, and then I have a team, let me tell you about it. Like that team believe in me so much. Eventually I start believing in myself. And I will say, like I came and I said, I can't rehearse and I'm starting to worry now. And Mrs. Wiggs helps me with my production. She's like, you have two songs that need so much emotion. Maybe your voice is raspy for a reason. And I'm like, okay, I can go with that. You know, yes. I mean, my family stepped in. My kids were all doing arts and crafts on our props. Like my living room, you couldn't step in 3 days later because it was filled with tombstones and everything else. And
Wow.
everybody was involved. And let me tell you, just the whole idea of my family sitting in my living room, Hunter Scrunter coming in to do, we're doing rehearsals while we're doing props, and everybody's there. We have our music playing, we have our little drinks drinking, and it's a family thing. It was the most beautiful thing ever. And leading up to it, it was not stressful. It was just a celebration of family. And I knew I had a thousand things that I needed to get ready for by Saturday. But I knew once we already had it planned and it would have fallen in place. And my team, I am so grateful for them because they are the ones who give me that kind of support and that kind of confidence that it's going to work out, and it works out. It worked out very well.
That is
So
wonderful. I know you talking about team. I know Tanisha's team. Let me tell you, they were annoying the hell out of me while I was on, because her crew was not playing. And I mean, I remember, you know, emceeing that event, and remember, the production coming to tell us, Tanisha has her talent wrong. Will take a little bit of time to set up. And I'm like, what she coming to do? They're like, what degagement she coming to do there like that. And we start hearing pong and pong 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 pong. I check in it's construction happening on the stage. Full construction. And she did her, Tanisha, you did your talent, and then included in your talent, a plane came from the sky and take you over, boy. Your team was in the front screaming and shouting and getting so excited. Tanisha, tell us about your team. Like, tell us about, because I know, like, let me tell you, Lorraine was getting on my nerves. Your team, they're so amazing. Like, they went so hard for you. I ran into Summer's mom, who does the Mother's Queen show. I hope it comes back sometime. And her sister actually is one of my biggest fans out there, so big up to her, if she's locked in. But so when she saw me, she's like, Jen, oh my god, so I'm like, my girl, I am seeing. Cannot. Your team was really going hard for you. How did
Yeah.
you feel up to the competition? Like, how did you feel, because you seemed so composed and so like nothing, you were unfazed, unbothered. I swear you probably were the first person dressed. and ready in front, ready for every single round. What was that like?
It's funny that you said that I'm so composed and so on, but there was a lot going through my mind. I mean, I was fully prepared for the show. You know, there are little hiccups here and there that get you nervous and, overthinking. So on the day of the show, I was very quiet. My team kept asking me, "Are you okay? Are you doing fine? What's going on in your head?" I'm telling them I'm fine, but to me, I wasn't that fine. I was thinking about the show, especially for my talent. Oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't take too long to set up my props because I don't want to get penalized. I hope the prop gets on stage because it's really important for my talent. And then I just decided, you know what? You're going to do your best on the night of the show. Calm down. Whatever happens, you're going to do your best. And then I calmed myself. The first round came by, question and answer. Just before I entered the stage, I vomited right by the stage. I was nervous,
Oh
but
my God.
yes, right after that happened, I felt better and I went, I did the question and answer round. And I think that that's something that happened to me during the Miss World pageant. So I believe that's the way I cope with my nervousness. So that happened.
Wow.
Yes. But with the help of my team, I must say it was a small team, but they are very, very effective. And people sometimes think that you need an extremely big team for things to work. I think you can have a small team, but the people that you have in your team, for one, they need to be really supportive. They also need to have links, they need to have good ideas, they need the experience. Because someone can love pageantry but not necessarily have the experience to tell you, what's good and what's not going well. So with my team, although it was small, they were very experienced and very, very, very supportive. Because you can have the most confidence in yourself, but there are times you feel like you can't no more. Something happened and that just brought down the way you felt about whatever challenge you have going on in life. And for me, it was the pageant, but they kept motivating me and telling me, "You can do it. You believe that you can do it, right? You know you're going to win, right?" And I told them yes. And I ensured that I did my best on the night of the show. And just looking at myself right now, it's like my inner child, oh, wow, she is very proud.
Oh wow, that's wonderful to see. Oh my God. What was there a moment or when was that moment in the pageant? Because you know, I'm very competitive. People don't know that when I'm part of something that requires competing, I don't come to lose. Like my siblings and I we're very competitive. Like I remember doing even recently doing things and my siblings are like they don't know who they're messing with. Like we don't come to play. Like I know that I'm so competitive, but even sometimes in within a competition you feel like, oh shoot, I could have done this better. But there's that moment where you're like, that is mine. When was your that is mine moment? When did that happen for you?
Um, that is my moment. I would say would have been after the talent round. It was my favorite round, and I believe that I executed it very well. Even after the pageant, that's all people were talking about, the talent round. I'm like, did you see any of the other rounds? Like, so I think that was my that is it moment.
Wow. Wow. What was it for you, Joy?
I don't think I had a that is it moment, Jael.
You
I
didn't see
think
that is mine. It was kind of
no.
like up in the.
I think I'll tell you what it is. When I went on stage, especially the first round song, right? It is my quest for love. It's a song that represents child abuse, but from a perspective of a boy child. And after the messages I received when I released this song, I knew that I had to do a presentation that was so impactful and that would have represented the persons who were actually affected by that kind of abuse. And that's what I went out with. That I and that after the first round, when we executed that song and I turned and I looked at these kids on stage, all emotional. My son, I walked out with my son because he was right there. He sang the last line of the song. and my daughter and their friends, and we walked out. That was the crown in my heart. Like nothing else mattered. Like it wasn't like got this moment, but it's like, yo, we did this. You know? Yeah, like it,
Mm.
and I was excited for this crown, but I was not expecting this at all.
Wow. How I really want to know, I mean, you dethroned a 10-time champion. Was there a little bit of extra pressure going up against him? Like, did you
There's always pressure going up against Dice. That
that
guy
I
is
mean
a
I said to
genius.
surprise you.
He's a genius. Let me tell you. I went into finals and I'm like, two things. Like presentation wise, Carissa always brings it on. Like I've watched Carissa behind the scenes every year. And when Carissa made finals, I'm like, whatever props you have plans of doing, like you need to make it worth something because I know Prop Master is going to do something. He going to blow our minds. And he
Mhm.
did. And then I'm like, you see, guys, like people can say whatever they want, but this guy has mastered the art of calypso, and I respect him and I love him so much. And even him, I have the conversation with him. I'm like, how do you do this every year? Because that pressure, and he tell me, you think it bad now is when you're in the seat, the pressure is on. When you're wearing the crown.
Mhm.
Yes, I mean we talk about this like all every time I meet him, we'll have this conversation, and it's amazing because when we step on stage, I mean, we have this good camaraderie, like all the Calypsonians backstage, and we're getting ready. But I'm like, I know when I go on that stage, like, yo, you have to bring it up, because the level of competition is so high. And I love that too, because I always say, if we can challenge each other to do better, and I think that's what he does, Dice forces you to be better. And I
Yes.
mean, everybody's talking about this dethroning thing. I mean, I'm excited about it. I mean, I can say that. I'm not going to say it. I'll let you say jail. But it is all about him. Basically, if you were coming here just relaxed to perform, it was not enough.
Mhm.
Like he just forced you to just become the best version of yourselves. Period. And I think everybody, when they're competing with him, this is what the challenge is. And I love him for that. I love him because he brings on my competitive cap. Like I know when I step out, I have to step out grand,
You have to
and
burn
that's
it.
what. Yeah, yes.
Yes. We have another queen joining us.
Mm.
So Gabrielle is here. Hi, Gabrielle. She all sparkly and curly up, and boy, let me tell you, those crowns, those crowns. How are you? Can you hear me okay? Because I'm not hearing you if you're talking. No, I can't hear you. So jump off and jump back on. Jump off and jump back on. And I want to encourage the other ladies, Queen Melody and um Moxie Chavez, if they're ready to go, please turn on your cameras because your cameras are off. So I assume you're not ready. So turn on your cameras, turn on your mics so that I can bring you guys on because I see them in the lobby and I want to be able to bring them on this show so they can chat with us. So as I said, we're having a good time. It's no pressure. This is like celebratory conversation, right? So we're gonna keep on talking. And Joy, you were just talking about the fact that you how much you appreciate Dice, and how much you look up to him in terms of you knew that he was gonna bring it. You knew people like
Mhm.
Caressa was gonna bring it, and you definitely had to put on or put down your A game. Now, I'm interested to know, how did you go about training for this competition? Like, what is training like? I know Tanisha was doing the most, and we're gonna bring her on because I want to know what we want to know because I remember in her interview with me, she spoke about her difficulties with her little weight gain and her weight loss and this and that, and
Yes.
we want to talk about the training. But what does it take to get into the ring with people like Dice and Caressa? What does training look like for you?
I'll tell you what it is. Yeah. The previous years that I've been in the competition were growth and learning lessons for me. And all I did was take what I had learned in the past 2 years that I did not make it through. Well, I got to semifinals first year and finals I placed fourth. But what I did was just grab everything that I learned from the process and just worked on them during the year. But for the past year, I've been writing a book. and it's a yes, it's called Breathe the Joy. It's documenting a 6 step healing process. And I'll tell you what it is. In documenting this process, I got so in tune with myself and and knowing myself so intimately that I was able to take myself, how do you say that? Not be in person, but like from a third person perspective, and and
So
and
you were having an out of body
yeah, out of
experience.
body experience, and teach myself how to grow. And I think the focus was not on calypso, but it is so interesting that when you learn yourself so well and you put in the effort to grow as a person and as a being, it naturally puts everything in alignment. And I think that was the most important thing for me this year. This year I was not pressured to do calypso. I came into calypso and I'm like, okay, if Hunter is ready, I'm going to do it. If not, I mean, it's not a big fuss. Hunter was ready so long, it's not funny. He was more, in fact, he was more ready than I was. But it was, I wasn't pressured to do it. I just figured, you know what, everything will just fall in line when it comes through. And I think that is the most important thing in competition is understanding where you are, what it takes to get there, but knowing yourself well, and knowing yourself in a way that once you work on you, everything else will fall in line. And I think that that's what happened to me. The alignment was just perfect for me this year. And the growth, the effort, I mean my routine, I never broke my routine. I would have been hustling, busy and whatever, and I would wake up and I would spend my half an hour just laying in bed and doing my gratitude, my prayer, my meditation, and then I can step up and step into whatever chaos it was. But this was it. And I continued this throughout. Like I never broke that. And I think when you know yourself and you get into that space, like everything else just stops and just waits for you to just figure out what it is you want, and you just get it delivered to you. I think to me that's how I look at it.
Wonderful.
So
I mean, this is really, I mean, this is really good to hear because I think sometimes we get all caught up in wanting to win so badly that we forget to enjoy
I
the
think so too.
process. And
Hmm.
it sounds to me like you enjoyed the process.
Yes.
You were in it. I mean, you were going through the emotions, obviously, because you're human,
Hmm.
but you were present. You were
Yes.
present in every single
Present
moment.
and very authentic. I didn't try to
Wow.
be anything but me. I didn't. People would tell me like what to do, what, and I'm like, this is me. I mean, I listen to the advice of everybody, but at the end of the day, I just know that this is my true self, and this is what I stay true to, and everything else I could fix around me, but I always stay true to who I was, and I think that was the most important lesson this year.
Wow. How about you, Tanisha? Yes, because I mean, we spoke before, and even when you came on, I know I could sense you were a bit nervous, but you still try to keep your composure, during, and obviously, a lot of times the queens tend to take the moments that they come on my show as the moment where they could learn a lot in terms of the media aspect, in terms of the question and answer wrong, because there's always a chance that the questions that and I swear to God, every single question that was on there came up in our interview, in whether it came up with you or it was for somebody else, but the questions came up, which was wild. I mean, I remember when I saw the questions, I was saying to one of the people, I was watching my show, man. She's like, Jael, we had all questions way in advance. I was like, it just felt like we were aligned. What was that
Yes.
like for you in terms of, the preparation? Like I know you were in the gym. I remember you to spoke about, your weight gains and, what you had to do and all of these things. And obviously, we know you have to bust out in the swimwear and you're like, boy, and somebody, a little bird gave me a little to me, she can say, if you see her swimsuit, the swimsuit we wanted at a rich in time, she'd have destroyed all you. Somebody give me a little sip, but what was that like?
Well, I decided to, when I finally decided, okay, I would like to participate in 2025, right after Carnival in 2024, I started the gym. I was like, okay, we're going to start with the gym. And then later on in the year, about April, so I started with my question and answer because I felt that was my weakest section in the show. So I wanted to get a start at it at a early stage. And I practiced, did the gym. My results didn't go as planned. I gained too much weight, not much muscle tone. So I
Mm,
had to change my gym plan, pay more attention to drinking water, ensuring that I stay off the sweets and the junk food.
mm,
Then I started losing weight and also trying to tone. Later on in the year, in December, I started practicing other rounds like my talent. And for my talent, I believe that's where I saw that my team was very committed to me winning. Because my assistant chaperone, she lives abroad and she came down 3 times in the year to ensure that I got my talent and other aspects in the rounds done. And I was like, oh, the pressure is on. I really need to win because my assistant chaperone, the flights to Dominica are not cheap. And just seeing that she made that effort, it just allowed me to push harder. So the late nights, staying up to practice, you know, I didn't make it get to me as much because I know there's a goal that I wanted to achieve. So I did my best. I tried to stay strong, but preparations journey, I enjoyed the journey regardless of me falling sick a few times, especially a week before the show. But I persevered. I think I'm resilient in that aspect. That regardless of what happened, I still decided to put my best foot forward.
and you sure did. Gabrielle is on. Gabrielle, you talking? We talking? We talking?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh wow, I have Queendom. The Queendom come. Oh Lord. Gabrielle, you look gorgeous. I mean, I was on your team, so I want to just put that all there one time. And let me tell you, it was so like I know your mom and everybody worked so hard to get you, Auntie Judy, I calling everybody Auntie because you refer to everybody as Auntie Marsha, Lady Star, Alex. You didn't have a huge team, but I feel like everybody was just committed to what they had to do. First of all, congratulations again,
Thank
publicly
you.
to this. You definitely made history becoming the first person to win for Girls Guide. I mean, it's the first time the association has actually participated in the competition and you emerge the winner. How did you feel like, when we're talking about teams here, how did you feel about your team? Like tell us about your a little bit about your team.
I was very happy with my team because they were people I was very comfortable with, and that is something that's very important with me. Being around people that I can work well with, and I just appreciate all the support I got from my sponsors, my team, from my family, my friends, and my school, but also the Girl Guides Association, because without the support, I would have never reached where I am today.
Yes, you definitely worked. You worked hard. I was saying to somebody, I don't know about the other girls, but I got to see, firsthand, how annoying you could be when you want to win, because you were practicing. Like I remember, like in the stadium until midnight, like night after night after night, and I was worried that you would get sick, because there was the running sickness going around. I know Tanisha can probably relate because a lot of people were getting sick, even around the competition, and I was just very worried that you would get the flu because I know you had to play an instrument and or you get the running sickness where you are vomiting and I mean projectile vomiting and diarrhea, and you just kept going and every time you would finish practice. You say, you want to see it again? Or you want can I do it again? Or can I do this? And I'm like, my girl, like we see you, we don't see you enough. Let me see. Why did you feel like it was so important for you to keep practicing, Gabby?
Because I felt that because I think it's important to practice as much as I can. I like as my platform says, "See the moment your time is now." I like to take advantage of the time I have because if I had lost that day, I knew, wow, all them times I could have been practicing, but instead I go home and I did practice it one more time. That would have killed me inside. So I made sure I put as much effort as I could into it.
I must talk about your dress, your because that became a viral sensation. The dress you wore, we cannot not talk about it. You looked like you were straight out of Disney princess movie. We don't know which one. It might have been just the Gabrielle Esper movie, but it was one of them. The dress was stunning. You moved, I mean, like it was just, you were magical on the stage. I know, like, I want to big up Judy because Judy actually was the one who designed the dress, and Bellona put it together. So I want to big up Judy. I girl, let me tell you, I didn't know competitions were like that in Dominica, but I remember Judy, putting together that dress. Like after Bellona put it together, she's like, "We gotta do this and we gotta do this, and even with the costume, we gotta do this." I'm like, Judy, you don't think we're doing enough? She's like, "Girl, go big or go home." And Gabrielle, what I absolutely love is that you just embrace everything that she was saying, in terms of how she wanted you to walk in the dress, how she wanted you to carry. She was your chaperone. What was it like working with her, and trusting? I mean, yes, she's somebody you knew, but trusting somebody with the entire competition, because she literally, was there with you through each stage. I mean, your mom was there too. We'll talk about Max in a little bit, but she was really there. What was it like when with working with her, but not just working with her, having to put on that dress that she designed? What was that like for you?
It was amazing because I really like working with her. I have been working with her since Miss Noel, so she's someone I trust because during Miss Noel, at first I didn't like my dress, but she was like, "Gabby, it's okay, you like it, you like it." And on the day I ended up liking it, and after that I've just learned to put my trust in her because she knows what she's doing. And it was just so great to see all her hard work to come together and her being so excited for me. It was just an amazing experience working with her.
Wonderful. I'm trying to see if the others are on. So I see they're on, but I'm asking them to turn on their cameras so that I can see them. So let's just bring them on. Let's bring everybody on. So hi Moxie Chevy.
Hello.
Wow. More queens coming through. Queen Melody, we can't see you yet. We can't see you yet. So turn on your camera. Moxie, welcome to the show. How do you feel winning second time?
I feel amazing. I feel that all the hard work that I put in has paid off. A big thank you to my team who helped me. I feel like they are the reason for me being where I am today.
Wow. I mean, you came out on stage, like, I mean, I was there again because I was emceeing with along with my son. And probably the only competition I probably was at Calypso. But I remember seeing you coming out on stage and performing. And you could have, like, anybody could have told, like, that was your crown. Like there was no ifs, ands, buts, or maybe, because you definitely commanded the stage. You came out and you were just a powerhouse. I was like, where she get all of that glam and all of that, you know, like, what was that like, that moment for you on stage? Like, share with us, what was it like being on stage, for the second time performing your song Elevate?
Being on stage was it's like a fun experience for me because since I was 3 years old, I have loved being on stage. I started with cultural dances. Mikhail Ferrell put me on stage to dance cultural. When I'm on stage, I feel like I can conquer the world. I just love to be on stage and I like to showcase my talents. I was just putting myself out there.
What was the energy like backstage? I'm interested to know, like, because I know it's like they say it's different in all competitions, and I'm gonna get to everybody because I want to know. I want the tea. I want the tea. What it is like backstage. I know some competitions have some zle coupier. I know some competitions have, more people are more supportive. I know some are very secretive. You're not drinking water. I remember we got water at a competition and somebody was like, we're not drinking that water. I was like, what is that for me? Like, we're not drinking that water. No, 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 you're drinking this water. What is the backstage like, Moxie Chef?
Backstage was actually calm. They were telling me like, Chevy, I know you know what you have to do, so just do what you have to do. We don't have nothing much telling you. And I like that on them because when I going up on stage, I don't really like to be spoken to. Like I like to be in my corner, getting myself prepared to go on stage and to face the crowd. So it was okay.
How about for you, Gabrielle? What was backstage like for you?
Backstage was nice. I enjoyed myself backstage because, as I said, I was comfortable with the people that were there. So we were joking, we were having fun, and it was just a great experience.
Tanisha,
Backstage, well, the first thing I did before entering my dressing room, I prayed with my team, my mom and my dad. We let the Holy Spirit be before us. And then we placed our things, we got ready for the show. They allowed a comforter, someone who would keep the contestants calm during, the chaos of backstage. Talking 5 more minutes, it's time to go on stage. And these things can get you nervous. So having my comforter, who's my best friend, Zidane Lokat, having him there with me, I was able to be very calm throughout the pageant. Although, like I said, a few times before I went on stage, I vomited, but just having him there, it kept me calm. And that was very important. And I appreciate it very.
wonderful. I mean, that is wonderful to hear that you were calm. That's really, really good to hear. Joy, I want to know what was backstage. What's going on backstage? I mean, Calypso, that has have the most drama. I've heard so many stories about Calypso. What is going on? What was going on backstage for you, Joy? Oh, you're muted. Yeah, go ahead. Oh no, somebody, you must have taken a call and it's now muted you off. So you're gonna have to jump back on. You're gonna have to jump back on. All right. So we will continue. We'll continue with the questions. So we'll continue sharing. I wanna bring in Queen Melody, but I don't seem to see her on. So we'll wait for Calypso Voodoo. Maxine says Calypso Voodoo. Lots of folks are on the live. People who are cheering you guys on, people who are excited for you guys. Please, when you guys come on, a lot of you are using your cell phones. Please don't take any calls in between. I know you all like to take off the camera, pause, because it will stop your audio, and we don't want that happening. We want it to go by smoothly, and that's why I prefer to do it on a computer. I know Lauren is saying that we should have done this as an in-person interview. It would have been nice to have done this as an in-person interview. It really would have been nice, but it takes a budget, and I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got that kind of money, right? So virtual it is for us for the time until we can get a nice big fat sponsor like the credit union, right, Lauren? To pay for our in-person in-person interviews. Okay, I believe Queen Melody is here. Can you hear us, Queen Melody? Say something.
Yes.
Yes,
Hi.
yes, fantastic. So you're on with us. We were talking. We missed you, but we're
I've,
happy that you could come on and
I've
talk
been
talk
here.
to us.
I've been here. It just wasn't working. It's almost
I
cut off.
know. I know. I realized I saw you in the lobby and I'm like, turn on your camera. But you turned it on, it wasn't coming on, and I don't know what was going on. But I'm happy to have you here. And you're wearing your crown, like me. So yeah, we're all wearing our crown here tonight. I got to see you and interact with you backstage before the competition. What was that like for you being backstage, right before the competition?
It was, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling anything. I was just a little bit excited. The excitement wasn't really. It was a little balled up. It was balled up
Really?
still. So when I got on the stage, like I was, the excitement started firing up, and I couldn't stay still.
Did you feel like you were going to win? Did you feel that, like, I mean, after you heard everybody sing, did you have a moment where you said, I gonna win this? That is mine.
No, not really. I was humble. I was very humble. I was so
Really?
confident.
Who would you think on that night could have dethroned you, or could have taken over the crown? Who would you say was like really, like, because obviously you're listening to people singing and you're like, that person might be, my competition, I mean, sometimes we just say, oh, I'm my greatest competition. I think that's BS. I always feel like we're looking at somebody like, that person. I see Moxie Chevy. I'm gonna ask you too, so you better start thinking that person might be the one that's coming for me.
Well, he was the reigning king, Thais, and Darius, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Darius.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Mm-hmm.
just a thought at the time. Darius was just a maybe, just a maybe. But
Mm.
the one I was most confident in is Thais. Yeah.
When you were doing your performance, when you were singing, what was going through your mind doing your performance?
I hope they understand. I hope
Yeah,
they
because
get.
you had a really touching song, right? And it was about your own lived experience, right? And I remember you came on the show, and I was just hoping that it didn't just connect with us on the show, but it also connected with people, the judges in the audience, right? So I know obviously it was a difficult song even for you to sing. uh, so share with us what that was like, singing this, bringing in the emotions that was required. Not too much, because you could have easily gotten super emotional because of and for those of you who don't know, go and watch the past show, because she was on before talking about the song. So we have, I wish I could say I will link it in the comment box above, but go check out the past show because you did speak about details of the song. But share with us, what was it like performing that?
Um. So in like I said, in my head, I was just really hoping they got the message. Um. I saw my supporters in the crowd, and it really helped because I would have broke down if I didn't have my people. I would have broke down backstage. I was up and down. I didn't want to stay one place. I couldn't stay one place. I was uncomfortable, and my emotions were on a high, but I had to try and calm it down.
When they put the crown on your head, how did you feel?
The emotional bubble just popped. I didn't know how to
Wow.
feel. Everything was all feelings just out.
Wow. Moxie Chevy, how did you feel when that crown came back on your head? You there, Moxie? I think she might have frozen. I think she might have frozen. Tanisha, probably you can help us. What was it like when they put the crown on your head? What was that moment?
I don't even know what to say because so many things were going through my head. Of course, I was extremely proud, but almost like a sense of disbelief, like, oh my gosh, I actually did it. Like, wow, like that's just how I was at the time. And it was just an amazing feeling.
Wow, wow. Gabby, how did it feel, Gabrielle, when you
Well, I was completely blank and I didn't start. I just knew what I had to do and I did it, and I was just my I was completely blank until when all my family, when everybody was on the stage, like a good 5 minutes after everybody came on the stage and taking pictures, and it was like, wow, I actually did it, and I was so proud of myself because, as you said, I put in a lot of hard work, a lot of late nights. I put in a lot of extra efforts, and I was so glad that all of that paid off.
You remember the very first thing you said when you probably don't remember because you were completely blank, but do you remember the very first thing? I think I was probably one of the first people on the stage. And do you remember the first thing you said?
No.
The first thing you said was, "Boy, I gotta get back to school so my grades can go back up." That was the first thing you said because you were so determined to win this. You're like, "Boy, my school is struggling." That is the very first thing that I was like, "Okay, guys, okay, just enjoy the moment. Just enjoy your win. Just really enjoy. Joy is back. Hi, Joy. We're talking about what the crowning moment, when that crown was placed on your head. What was that like for you? How did you feel in that moment?
Well, I feel sorry for Tanisha because she was the one who crowned me. And I think I was so excited they couldn't get me to sit to put the crown on. Yeah. It was just I don't know. It was just an overwhelming time. I was just screaming. Like I saw GK posted a photo of mine today and I like, please delete this photo because I'm like, and you can see all inside my mom like, wow. But I was so excited. I was like a little child jumping on stage.
Mm,
Yeah.
I really want to know because how you guys celebrated. How did you celebrate after being crowned queen, teen, monarch? Joy, since we have you, go first. Like, how did you celebrate?
We're still celebrating jail.
Well, also we celebrate. Yeah.
Well, I think our show ran so late. By the time I did not even make it to Bayfront. You know, there's this activity after the show at Bayfront. I did not, and I was sick. So I came straight home. And my kids refused to go home, so they all slept over. And we had a sleepover at our house. It was fun. We had a little juice and thing. We were just happy, excited. But my team, I'm actually celebrating with my team this Saturday. We're just meeting and just, just reminisce a little bit, laugh a little bit, a little time
On
together.
having a party. Oh,
Yes, I want to do something special for them because this win was not mine only. I mean, it was all them. So yeah, I'm trying to do something with them.
wonderful, wonderful. Queen Melody, how did you celebrate? Okay, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Tanisha, how did you celebrate?
Well, shortly after, well, it was the Saturday morning, I hosted a small brunch with my immediate team. So just to show my appreciation and telling them thank you for all what they have done. But I do intend to have a bigger celebration with everyone, including my sponsors and all my supporters and friends, to just enjoy all what, not only what I have worked for, but they as well.
Yes. Well, the good thing about both you and Joy, it's almost like when you're winning happen, it's like almost towards the end of the season, right?
Yes.
So it's like
Yes.
the next stage is on the road, really, and it's either you're sick or but you're gonna have to show up, right? And for that part of it, for the other ladies, there was a more like a week and a half for some. What was it like for you, Moxie? Like, what was the celebration like? What did you celebrate? Did PSS do anything? No celebration? Okay. You talking because I'm not hearing you. Not hearing you. Not hearing you. I think that is, guys, that is the reason why I really like it when people do this on a computer, not on a phone. Because when you see it on a phone, this is what happens. Anytime you take a call, that is it. The audio goes off. And you have to come off and come back on. So, Gabrielle, did you celebrate? And how did you celebrate?
A little bit. When I got home, they had cake, and I just wanted to take out my hair because it had so many pins and it was poking me everywhere. So I went as a cake, and then everybody was waiting, talking. Still, I went and I laid down and I fell asleep. I was so tired.
Wow.
But I would like to have like a bigger celebration with all my team and thing because, as I said, I really appreciate my team and I really enjoy being around them. And it's something I would like to.
I'm interested to know about the public reaction, so for all of these competitions, with the exception of the Calypso Monarch, I'd happen to be there. So I got to witness, a bit of the crowd, a bit of what was going on backstage, a bit. What for you, Gabrielle? What would you say the public reaction was when you won? What did you? What was the sense? What was the feeling? What was the vibe you were getting?
Well, it was mostly positive, but some people were upset, of course, because when your contestant doesn't win, you'll always be upset. But generally, people were very supportive, and people told me congrats. I would have loved to go to school the day after, but I was so exhausted, I couldn't get up in the morning. But it was a great reaction, and I love to see how many people that were actually supporting.
I love the fact that your supporters had they were putting up on their phones like Gabby for the win, and that was so cool because it was being captured by photographers and being shared. And then you had the lights, so people knew it was you. When you came on, everything lit up, so that was super super cool. I absolutely love that. Tanisha, what was it like for you? The public reaction, like what? How did you feel people felt? I mean, obviously your team's gonna be happy, but the general, what was that like for you?
I have heard a lot of positive remarks, especially from people I don't even know. I'm walking in town and I'm hearing that's my queen, and I'm looking to see if it's somebody I know, and it's a total stranger, and people telling me congrats, you did well in all the wrongs, and it was really heartwarming to see that I made such a great impact on people, and not just only people that knew me, because sometimes your friends and family can be biased and tell you did great at something, not to hurt your feelings knowing that you did not do so well, but hearing the positive remarks from total strangers, it's really heartwarming.
Yeah, that is true. Joy, how was it for you?
Actually, it was very amazing. The support has been overwhelming from all walks. I mean, my family, my friends, my team, and supporters. I mean, people who don't know me, I've received some really good messages, not just the congratulations, but how the songs impacted persons. And I think that was the most rewarding of all. That my performance wasn't just a winning performance, but it was a performance that changed lives, or at least took a direction where it could begin a conversation, and that was very rewarding for me. So it was exciting, and the reviews have been great. I mean, now and then you get one, two that are not so great, but I always learn from the one, two that are not so great. So that's fine. Also, I mean, I love it, and it is in spirit. It is in the spirit of the art form that we criticize when that everybody don't support, because this is how the art form grows. It grows with the good comments and the bad comments and the feedback, and it's a conversation that we all start so we can grow and make it better. So even when the comments are not so good, or not so, basically not towards the direction of complimenting me as a Calypsonian, but it is in the direction of growing the art form, I appreciate that also, because I think that is the best way to grow Calypso in Dominica.
That is wonderful. I like that. We call it, we supposed to call it constructive criticism.
Yes, yes.
We supposed to, notes, but sometimes people cannot take even the constructive criticism. They look at it, you're trying to throw shade or whatnot, and they take it very personal. I'm one that like to criticize constructively. so so
But I
I
think I
mean,
think Calypso is about criticism. I mean,
of course, that's what I was making
yes,
hot.
yes, yes, it is, it is.
Like every single song in Calypso is either criticizing a social, it's either bringing light to a social issue by criticizing what is going
Oh
on,
yes, oh yes.
bringing light to political issue by criticizing that.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
a bunch of
It
criticisms,
is, it is. And
right?
as the musical journalists, the people who are bringing out the message, like it or not, you are going to be criticized also. And that's why I always tell people when you get into calypso, you need to have a big back because you're going to get people that will not always like you and they're going to criticize you a lot. So
And
it's
and
part of
what
the
about
world.
those that that felt, because Dice King Dice has his die hard supporters.
And
Like,
I love them also, yes.
and some of them might be like, um, no, we don't want joy, we don't want joy, and they don't care whether or not it was you
No.
were the best, they obviously
But
they entertained.
that is democracy in calypso. We love it.
Right, right, right. And we're definitely here for it. I know Moxie Chavez. Let's try again. Queen Melody, you want to say something so we can make sure your audio is working? Go ahead. Okay. Yes, yes. So tell us so talk to us now.
Okay, so far, since the congratulations and the criticism still coming, we still have time for everything. Um, it's only been positive so far. It's mostly been, I like your voice, really strong message. Your song bring me to tears, and I'm really glad that people got the message.
I'm really glad too because it was so close to your heart. Like, I know it was written by Trilogy. I just feel like I need to put that in there. But yeah, of course, because Shilani Mag is that they like. But but I just felt like the message was I thought, I'll tell you, I was like, you brave. You're very brave, you're very strong, to sing about something that happened that's so close to you and your family, and to stand up and compete, like, I mean, in such a short space of time. It's not something that happened 10 years ago, it was something very recent. So I really commend you and your strength and your will, and the way you carried yourself through it. I remember, like, during your rehearsals, I believe it was your sister's husband was saying, you're not supposed to be drinking this, and you're just like, I'm okay, like, you know they were scolding you for drinking cold water. You wanted to do all the things that you just wanted to be a teenager, but at the same time, enjoy the competition, and you really showed that you enjoyed yourself on stage, although you were singing something that was very difficult. So I really want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
Moxie, talk to us.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. So you're telling us a little bit about the public reaction, to you winning again. Tell us a little bit about how the response. What was the response like?
The response of the public was like, "Yes, Moxie, I know you were gonna win again," and everybody was so just positive, I saying congratulations, keep it up and whatever. And I was so 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 grateful for the support of the public.
Moxie, what I like about your singing, the style and the quality, like, you have a really, you have an international appeal, like your voice, your range, like, you really, like, I hear like big DJs playing Cut Them Out, like big DJs in big fets, in Miami playing Cut Them Out. I was like, wait a minute, do they know it's like a young child that's singing that, like, people. So you definitely have that international appeal. What is next for you in terms of, like, bouillon music? Do you think this is something that you want to continue? Do you want to um probably jump into calypso at some point? What is going on with Moxie and singing?
Actually, Booyah is not my favorite genre to sing. Since the first show I if the first big show I did was Princess Show, I actually sang a calypso because I was always interested in calypso, but I was told that I could handle Booyah better. So
You
I feel like
Osha, like they just say, you Osha. I love it.
I'm going to do a range of both. I'm going to try to do both.
So you put in a trilogy
Yeah.
and a shadow flow. That is lovely. So we can expect to see you in the Calypso Arena soon.
Yes, yes.
Joy, they're coming for you. They're coming for that
I
crown.
like that. I love that. I love that. Moxie, I really hope you do this. No, I
I'm.
think,
Go ahead, Joy.
sorry, I think the most amazing thing this year was our women. Like, that was so historic. We had 4 women in finals. I really wanted it to be 5, so we could just shake them up a little more. But 4 women in the finals was so amazing. To have Shanice, Lydia's, Tasha. I mean, I love it when we see young women stepping up and, just breaking out of those old, the roles that they assume that we have to take. And now we can just be ourselves and be unique. And it is amazing. I would love that.
I
Yes.
absolutely, and what I love, based on just of what Moxie was just saying, is the fact that young people want to continue our culture.
Yes.
Calypso. I was shocked to hear her say that calypso. Like she wants to do calypso, but not shocked in the sense of should not be saying it, but shocked in the sense of wow, young people really love our culture and they're really embracing it, and you want to continue to see. I mean, it's not, a lot of times you do interviews and they'll tell you, I want to make sure Tanisha can relate, and we're coming to Tanisha just now, because there's always a platform, and their platform is this, and then the platform falls on the wayside, right? And they want to do this in culture and that, but to hear young people saying
Mm-hmm.
that this is something that I want to continue, or this is something that I really want to do, it sounds so
Amazing.
rewarding, it's so amazing, and it really shows that something on some level is being done correctly. But I think we still need to push a little bit harder, because I think there's still so much more talent out there that can come out and really showcase what
Mm-hmm.
Dominica really has to offer. And I feel so, I'm so um I'm so starstruck being in your presence. Like, you guys are all amazing women. Tanisha, I really want to know what happens next, because we're waiting for them regional pageants. Girl, the
Mm-hmm.
pressure is on. Like, of all of them, you probably have the most work to do, because you're not just an ambassador for Dominica, but you're going to be representing at various pageants in the coming months. Like, how do you feel about that, going into those first of all, like, that talent? How are you gonna do that in other countries if you're gonna do that? Girl!
There's definitely some thinking to be done. My team have already met um, to speak about what we may want to do for talent and how we may change things around. I'm still resting at the moment. I still believe I deserve some rest still. But practice for the regional is going to begin shortly. And I know it's going to be twice as hard. Not twice as hard, 3 times as hard, because obviously I am to prepare for not one, not two, but 3 pageants. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to see my potential and see how far I can go with this.
Gabrielle, I know people in the comment section are saying, Miss Dominica soon, Miss Dominica soon. Is that somewhere in the horizon for you? What does that look like? You're on mute. You're muted. I'm not hearing you. Did you mute yourself? You muted yourself, not sure. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. You might need to bump up and come back on. Queen Melody, does I hope your audio is working. Say something for me. Okay, not here. You're not here. Your audio is not working. All you doesn't listen to me now. I telling all you not to mute, not to think, and all you doing the exact opposite. Young people's up a Y'all do the exact opposite. Um, I'm really interested to know, I'll probably put the line of question to Joy, in the meantime, while we wait for the others and their audio to get sorted out. Um, Carnival obviously must have felt different this year, as you are now the reigning queen. Now that you've actually cemented your name in Calypso history, what's next for you? Like, what are you planning to do next?
And there are a few projects I have actually been working on, well, writing up, that I think now might be a good opportunity to push forward. And it's basically more Kaiso culture in schools. I think the young generation, we have to build a culture where they understand where Calypso came from and the importance of it, because they are the ones carrying it forward. And over the years, we have seen a decline in our patrons. So I think it is like now will be the best time for us to push that project forward. My writer has a lot of big plans, and also the songs that we have this year are songs that have touched people on so many different levels, that we want to take it outside of home and push it to try to get it more into an international market. So we are working on that also. So we have big things coming, and I want to do something with my fellow Calypsonians and my ladies.
Yeah,
I want. We had a very good team of ladies this year in Calypso, and I think we should all go somewhere and celebrate before we start making all these big plans. And
yeah,
just because it's been high tense competition, like just for us to just hang out and just be girls, having fun, because it's been a really rough and long season. Well, not long, but it feels long because it's so tiring. And we can just breathe and just spend time with the ladies. And but what I also want to do is find ways that we could do calypso during the year. And I've spoken to the other calypsonians, and they're all on board. I mean, it's the camaraderie, the support is just overwhelming. I mean, JD and Checo, and everybody's like, I cannot say how grateful I am, because they are all on board, and I think it's something that they all have the vision for. Webb, this did this amazing show during the season at his place in Kalivishi, which was
mhm,
amazing.
mhm.
Yeah, and I look forward to doing things like that, going to the communities and having them become part of our Kaiso culture, just do it grassroots, like old school now, and then we start it from ground up and do something fun during the year, and then next year we try to propel Calypso to another level. It's all about growing the art form, and I think it's gonna be a good year. I'm
I,
excited.
I'm excited to see. I think it's going to be a great year.
Yeah.
Queen Melody, talk for me.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So you're on. So I'm interested to know, are you planning on joining the big guns?
Yes, definitely.
She said yes. So pretty soon you and Moxie going to be competing against each other.
Amen.
Happy.
How does that feel, Moxie?
Well, I don't know. No, I don't.
Who would you say Queen Melody is probably the calypsonian that you absolutely look up to?
Tasha B. All the time.
I think
Hmm.
They
Same for you. Same for you, Moxie.
yes.
Yeah, Tasha P has been around for quite some time, and she was the first female monarch ever. And she's always in the finals, always in the finals, always such a strong competitor and a contender. But not only that, she's done a lot of work within the school system, with the cultural system, and it's always good to hear that young people look up to her. And I know Joy is going to do her work to make her mark. Like she rightfully say, she speak about Kaiso and wanting to ensure that it is in the schools, and going down to the grassroots of everything. Gabrielle, before we lost you, you were sharing with us aspirations or not to possibly be probably run or go for Miss Dominica in the future. Is that something that you would consider?
What did you say?
I'm
Miss
looking at
Dominica?
Miss. Yes.
Well, I am very interested in participating in Miss Dominica because I have a newfound love for pageantry. But even before that, I am looking at participating in a regional teen pageants. Me and my team are looking into it because it's so exciting and I love it so much.
Wow.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! This is exciting to know, and we look forward. We definitely look forward to seeing you out there. I'm sure all of you ladies are going to definitely be leaving a mark on people's minds. People, you'll be etched in people's brains and on people's hearts for the next year to come. And I feel so proud that women really dominated this season of the Carnival celebration. I want to I want to go to the chat because a lot of people were commenting, people were sharing their heartfelt thanks, and people were showing their support. And I just want to pull a few of them out, a few that were shouting out you guys. So Shervin was saying Team Gabby. Who else? Somebody was saying, love the curly fur. I'm amazed that your first thought was schoolwork. Maxine, you're an amazing young woman. Tanisha speaks so well, very humble. I have all the confidence in Queen Tanisha in her upcoming show. Girl, we're looking at you. We waiting, eh? We waiting. We
Fresh.
waiting in the water. um, the queens. So Chris is saying that queen's crown really queening. Yeah, your crown is beautiful, Tanisha. Like it's such a beautiful crown. Yes, Polo. I have my crown too. Yes, could not be there with my Ted Shash. I had to look like a pink peeling too. I don't see with all you. All of them have crowns. So I put my crown on too. Who else is commenting? Let's see. Anybody commenting on Joy or the other Calypsonians on there? Let me just pull out. A lot of people are commenting, and I don't want to miss. So, Aldi saying I've been a fan of Joy since Cable and Wireless StarQuest. Joy, you spoke on behalf of the many voices who are not heard. So that is from Maxine. Who else is commenting on here? I just want to bring up some of the comments for the ladies. So Giselle is saying congratulations to all of the beautiful ladies. Congratulations, good evening, and congrats to all of the queens. That's coming from Glenda. Rosaline is saying congratulations to all of you on your wins. You guys really did amazing. You guys made history. Every single one of you made history. People loved your people. Somebody's talking about check my comment on Joy's song. The comment on Joy's song. Where is it? Where is it? My God, that might be far. Like the amount of comments that there. That might be far. I would have to look for it. Copy and paste it back again, and hopefully I can say. Chevy says we need to book an entire flight for Team Tantan. For the visual pageant, what is it going to be? A chartered flight, a chartered flight for the props and for everything else. Um, Somebody asking which event I took part in. Me, I'm queening every day. I don't know about y'all, but I'm queening every day, all day. Ladies, I mean, I want to wrap this up this evening because it was such a pleasure having you guys here on the show with me. And I want to leave you guys to give your final words. I really want to, if anybody you want to shout out, if there's any messages that you want, and I know Tanisha, you obviously you have a platform that you focus on. You might want to speak to that and what we can expect from you. I mean, obviously we're expecting the pageants, but in
Yes.
terms of the work that you would do along the lines of your platform, anything you want to share about on that.
Okay, so my platform, to reiterate, holistic development through the arts, and I do intend to host a forum where I can get people who are established or successful in whatever art form to speak to the young ones, the youth, students, people who may be interested in, getting into something that is not necessarily traditional education, learning a dance, learning a skill, learning maybe how to sing, how to be the next Moxie Shelby or Queen Melody, and just inspiring and motivating them to reach for their dreams. So I do want to host a forum and invite a few of our successful artists to speak to our youth. I also intend to attend a few primary schools like I did throughout my journey to the throne, I attended the Trafalgar Primary School where I taught them what I love the most, which is dance. I taught them how to do some of our traditional dances, also Afrobeat and this type of thing. So it was really nice, and I do hope to extend this in different schools. So that's just a few things I will be doing throughout my journey, of course. And I want to say a big thank you to my community. I represented the community of Fonkani and the Roseau Valley by extension. And I want to thank them for their support. I also want to thank, of course, my team, my family, my friends, my sponsor, Central Cooperative Credit Union. I could not have done it without you guys. And this win, not only for me, but for you. So thank you very much. And thank you for believing in me.
Thank you, Tanisha. We're going to go to Moxie Chevy. So share with us a little bit on what your plans are and possibly any shout outs that you want to give.
So what my plan usually was to create more music with using no demeaning lyrics. I want to put that out there so that the young people, because we are the upcoming generation, that we could also take part in our culture but doing things so we can make real music, but it doesn't have to be nasty business. That has always been close to my heart. Also, I want to shout out the Portsmouth Secondary School, the Paybush Massive, all my supporters. Thank you for believing in me. I could do it again, and I did. And thank you to God, most importantly.
Thank you very much, Moxie Chevy, for that, for sharing that with us. Queen Melody. No, I'm not hearing you. Jump out and come back on. Jump out and come back on. Gabby.
Well, I just want to continue to inspire young people to always believe in themselves and to take every positive chance that comes their way. And I would like to thank everybody that helped me throughout my journey because without everyone's support, I would not get to where I am today. And I just thank them so much for it. And I thank everybody for this.
Thank you. Thank you, Gabrielle. Queen Melody, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Yes.
Sorry about the mic.
It's all right.
Um, so I just want to thank all my friends, my family, my parents, my classmates, grammar school, and I just want to say keep pushing and speak loud.
Yes, yes. And finally, Joy.
Yeah. Before we leave, I just want to say thank you to all the supporters, my family, my team, my writer, Derek St. Rose Hunter. Everybody who made it possible for me to accomplish what I have right now. I look forward to doing great things. I just want everybody to know, especially the young ones, that find something that you just love and just practice. You don't have to be good at it the first time, the second time. You will fail, you will fall, but just learn from the process and just do something you love. And trust me, you will accomplish things you would never imagine. And I think at the end of the day, Jael, thank you so much for putting this together. It is so, when I heard you were doing this song, it's so amazing. But now I'm looking at all of us here, like, I feel so honored to be part of you ladies. Like 2025 is our year, you know. I'm really excited to be a part of this. So, Jael, thank you for putting this together and have a wonderful night, everyone.
Of course. Somebody said joy to the world. Um, joy to the world. So I just wanted to read this because Rosaline, who's one of my faithful followers. I call her. She's part of my triple F crew. My faithful followers. And she says, Joy has an international song, "The Ground You're Walking On," that should be played every day, everywhere, anytime, and any place. Should be an anthem played in schools, offices. Must get in where it should be. And she's, just sharing that, how much she loves your song. We have hats off to Joy. Both your performances were on point. You won the crown hands down. Um, Shervin is saying, I can see Gabby in Miss Haynes Smith teenage pageant. Um, Queen Melody, I absolutely love your voice. I love to hear you sing your song. Keep it up. You know, folks are really, really loving you guys, all of you. And I am so honored to have had all of you gracefully join me here this evening. You know, I know we just celebrated International Women's Day. And before International Women's Day was always a big thing for me. I started a thing called 767 Girls Rock, and this is also being streamed on the platform as well. And this is something that I always wanted to continue, and I've always wanted to collaborate with people to be able to continue it. But you know, sometimes people want to like hold on to things for themselves, and they don't want. And I'm just like people just dies, people just pass so fast, people just die, you know, and
Don't got your opinion.
you understand? So I was like, you know what? I'll utilize my platform to the best of my ability and amplify the voices of women. I love empowering women. I love inspiring women. And I love what you guys have done and how you guys have executed this so beautifully, so effortlessly. And you've definitely made us women, Dominican women, proud because all of you did it with such grace, such intelligence, such passion, and you just nailed it. And congratulations, kudos to you. Wear your crown and we're proud, my girls. Okay, wear your crown proud. I'm so happy for every single one of you, and I mean, there's nothing else to say but good night. And thank you very much for coming on the show and sharing like later, but sharing with us and speaking to us about your journey. And I look forward to seeing what you all have in store for us in the future. So have a good night, all of you.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
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 Bye. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this. It was so wonderful having the queens of Carnival on here this evening. It was a fun show. I wore my crown. Yes, I wear my crown. Let me take it out. Let me take it out. Let's take it on. And I want to say thank you very much to my sponsors, the National Cooperative Credit Union. Thank you very much to Astafans, and thank you very much to the Dominica Festivals Committee, Discover Dominic Authority, and all of the participants, all of the people who came on here this evening, the queens who came on here this evening. And I just really want to encourage, you know, all women, you know, women out there, you know, to wear your crown and wear it proud. You know, be proud of who you are as a woman. Be proud. Don't be scared to fight for your place. Don't be scared to state your place. Don't be scared to stand on your ground and stand on business. You know, don't be ashamed. You know, hold your head up high. Things are going to happen in life that we're not always going to be happy about it. It does not always align with our dreams or aspirations, but just constantly just keep your head up and wear your crown proud. Like be a dash and live. Like who cares? Do you and be proud of yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do your thing, man. Do your damn thing. I just want to say thank you very much to every single one of you who joined me here on this program. I truly appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you very much for your support. We want to continue giving you exciting programming during the course of the entire month. We're still looking for sponsors for our upcoming shows that are coming. We're going to be doing a postmortem, a review of Carnival, and we're bringing on guests, and we're doing that on Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. So we're going to be bringing people from different who participated in different things, or who were part of different things during the carnival celebration. And I want to encourage you guys to come on. Make sure you're locked in at that time. Make sure you tune in on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page if you've not done so yet. Turn on your notifications so you know when you come on. That is how you don't miss when I go live. Turn on your notifications so you always know when I go live. So we're going to be putting on some wonderful programming for you during the course of this month. We have lots of guests lined up already. We've been working at doing that, and we're still looking for sponsors for the next couple of weeks. And we hope that you can come on board if you'd like to come on board if you're a sponsor. But we also want to thank you for your support, the fans, the friends of the show, the followers, those of you who absolutely enjoy the programming that's brought on here. I really want to say thank you very much for all of the love and the support that you've shown. I say this with immense gratitude. I want to say thank you very much to Samaj for assisting with the production of the show. Samaj does a wonderful job. I don't know what the hell I would do without him in my life. Thank you to the rest of my team and everybody who's part of this. Reaching out to people last minute sometimes to get interviews, and they're coming on, and they're trusting the process, they're trusting the show, and I really, really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be back on Friday night. Friday night, look out for us at 7:30 p.m. We're going to be talking to a few people who were in the heat of things during the Carnival celebration and get their feedback. I do medical reviews, right? I do medical reviews, but my reviews based from my perspective, my bird's eye view of the event. And I really looking forward to hearing what these professionals, what these people have to say about the 2025 Carnival celebrations. Until then, have a good night. Bye-bye.
NCCU, your community financial partner, brings to you Beyond the Mortgage.
Affordable rates, affordable price, NCCU, everything nice. Go do a course, go take a trip. Beyond the mortgage, 246. You take the mortgage already, to make your pocket go empty. Beyond the mortgage, NCCU will keep you steady. You need to buy a new fridge, you want to purchase a settee. Get rid of medical bills and invest in the green energy. Beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. Everything nice, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage, beyond the mortgage. NCCU for life. 246, yes, 246. Wow, 246.
Beyond the Mortgage, 2% savings, 4% retirement solutions, loans available at 6%, and our special BTM line of credit. Terms and conditions apply.